All point of views expressed on Shop Talk 360 are solely the point of views of the individuals and do not represent any company, organization, or group. Shop Talk 360, the industry's dedicated platform for commercial design, construction, and facilities. With more than 25 years building for national retail brands, an award-winning and best-selling author, keynote speaker, industry coach, and event producer, here's our host of Shop Talk 360, Grace Daly.
Hey, Shop Talkers. We've been so super busy this fourth quarter, so definitely did not want to miss sharing coverage on the CCR Commercial Retreat in Daytona Beach earlier this past October. Wow, what a great group, including retailers from Ashley Stewart, John Varvatos, Bridgestone Firestone, New York & Company, Burger King, just to name a few. The overall theme from speaking to many of the attendees is the desire to foster long-term partnerships and seeking solutions together. From the roundtable discussion, we had similarities in the continued challenges and struggles with everyone doing more with less, which is why this retreat is so very important. Now, as an ex-retailer for over 20 years, it is so important to make the time to actually grant yourself the time to connect face-to-face with our industry colleagues, not only to improve businesses, but equally as important, to continue your own self-development and grow your own networks. Now, that's so critical and so important. So that's my executive coaching plug and advice to you. So here's a quick recap from a few of our attendees. But real quickly before we get started, feel free to reach out to me or David Corson, publisher of Commercial Construction and Renovation magazine, if you're interested in attending a future retreat. And lastly, a quick shout out, the CCR Summit will be in Orlando, January 11th through the 13th. Of course, Shop Talk 360 will be there to cover the summit, and I will be there moderating a panel, a seat at the table with today's savvy retail and restaurant construction facilities leaders. So we hope to see you all in January. So here's some thoughts from our attendees. Get ready, get inspired. Hey, we are here with Blake Rosa with EMG Corporation. Blake, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet.
So now we're wrapping up the retreat so quickly already. What was your favorite part about the CCR retreat?
Favorite part. I think just the amount of time we got to spend connecting with both the vendors and retailers across the board, really getting to know each other before sitting down and having a business dialogue. So we kind of already knew what each other did, what needs were, and it just facilitated a really easy conversation to understand, what they're looking for, where we can help, and make it a quick dialogue. So it was great.
Okay, great. So that networking helped foster some great business relationships.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think, there are a lot of tangible takeaways. A lot of times that's, I have a need, in 10 or 12 months, but definitely a lot of takeaways where, next week we'll be sitting down having some really meaningful conversations.
Great. And I'm sure they appreciate, you are an ex-retailer.
That's
so I'm
right.
sure they appreciate your specific point of view.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So we talked a little bit about Target for sure this week, and just understanding, the corporate challenges and the timelines and the pressures that you have. And so it was fun to kind of step back now on the vendor side of the business and share some of those war stories and understand where they're at and where we can help.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Blake, for chatting with us.
You bet.
And we'll see you at a future CCR conference.
Of course.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
Hey, we're here with DJ Kirkham with John Varvatos. DJ, so good seeing you again.
Good seeing you too.
Now, as we wrap up our CCR retreat for today, what was your biggest takeaway from this retreat?
My biggest takeaway from this retreat was camaraderie.
I like that word.
I got a lot of people that I met with and a lot of new friendly faces, and see what we can do from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
And we'll continue on. I'm sure you'll be following up with these folks or seeing them at future events.
For sure.
Okay, camaraderie. Very strong word. I love that.
Thank you.
Okay, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, we
Okay.
will.
Thanks,
All right.
Cedric.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Grace Daly. I am here with Demetria Peterson with Bridgestone Firestone. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, great to be here.
Now, what was your biggest takeaway at the CCR retreat?
I think for me, being here with the other brands, we're all trying to figure out how to move forward.
Yes.
You know, as we go towards 2020, what is going to be that next moment? Who are our customers? What are they looking for? What do we need to do to provide that? And then, I met a lot of great people here who are way ahead of the curve on the technology, lighting, how we can do existing, I'm just talking to EMG, how we can do these existing building surveys and come up with all of this data. Fatima was talking about all of the data and how does that apply to the facilities and the trends that are going forward. And it's like that big aha moment. So you get a little invigorated, really, leaving here, and you want to just get back so you can start putting some of those ideas to work. So that's the biggest thing that I loved about being here.
I love that word you used too, invigorated. Yes, because there's a lot to do as soon as we get back, as always, because it just never stops.
It's true. And you're always looking for what is an easier way to do what I do.
Absolutely.
Because you can't do everything. Gina was talking about all of the different hats that we wear, right? And we enjoy that. We like being in those realms, but really, can you do everything? No, you have to be able to delegate and have other people do the work for you. As long as you get the information, interpret it, and turn it into real action.
Yep, and it's so important then that you build the right team to work with you, the right partners to support you. Absolutely.
Right, being innovative, thinking outside of the box, not being stagnant. This is the way we've already done it. You don't want to hear things like that. You always want to look at who's our customer, what do we need to provide to them, and if it's something totally different, then that's what we have to do. How do we meet the challenge of today? That's what retail's about.
I love that. That's right. In a nutshell, how do we meet the challenge of today?
Right.
Well, thank you so much, Demetria, for chatting with me.
Great.
And we look forward to seeing you at a future CCR conference.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, we're here with Fatima Hakeem with Ashley Stewart. Fatima, so nice to finally meet you.
Yes, it's been a long time. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah, this is great when we make time to connect.
Yes.
So what is your biggest takeaway from the CCR retreat?
I would say my biggest takeaway was knowledge. You have such a pool of knowledge and experience here. I'm so excited to connect with some of the best in the industry. I'm super excited to have this opportunity to sit with some of the vendors who can help me reach some of my goals and over some of the hurdles I've been having. And I'm also excited to hear that other people are having the same struggles that I'm having and helping me reach, solutions to those problems.
Very cool. Yeah, you have quite a program going on.
Yes.
And you shared with me last night a little bit of some of the programs you're rolling out, some of the new initiatives. So, wow.
Yes.
Very excited for you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you again at a future CCR event.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Fatima. Okay. Hey, we're here with Arminio with Burger King. Arminio, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
We're here in beautiful Daytona Beach. Had a great time, and we're getting ready to wrap up the CCR retreat. So my question to you is, what is your biggest takeaway from the CCR retreat?
The biggest takeaway I had is basically learning or having networking with all the other people from your industry or from other industries, and what you learn from them has been it's going to be very useful for me going forward from here.
Absolutely. So the networking and the continued learning is so vital to our careers. Very, very important.
Yes.
Okay, well, enjoy the rest of the retreat, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, hi, we're here with Michael Enchandia with New York & Company, one of my favorite retailers. Michael, thank you for chatting with me.
Oh, thank you very much for chatting with me as well.
Now, what was your favorite part about the CCR retreat?
One of my favorite parts, actually, was seeing the other retailers having similar difficulties and experiences that we are experiencing right now as well, and also meeting the vendors and hearing their side of the story, how they want to team up with us again. One of the points I made when I spoke about teaming up with a vendor instead of just being a client of a vendor. So I think that was great coming out of it. This being my first one, I did stay a little more quiet than most, but I've learned that it'd be better if next time I speak up and explain my experiences and where we're coming from a little bit more.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to definitely having you back. I mean, you bring up a very good point about teaming up. It's so important to foster partnerships for the programs that you have coming up, I'm sure.
Yes, and so, yeah, we're running some new ideas on what we're trying to do with our brand, and getting those partners would be really critical for us. I think it's going to work out better in the long run for them as well as us, not just from a financial standpoint, from a sustainability standpoint. Creating that relationship with them, so this is not just 1 year, one time, it's over a long period of time.
I love that,
So-
looking for long sustaining relationships.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Michael, and we look forward to seeing you at a future CCR conference.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
much for having me.
Hi, I'm here with my friend Steve from Costa Tino.
Hi, Grace. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good.
Great. We're already wrapping up our another CCR retreat.
Yeah, it's been great.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. What was your biggest takeaway from this one?
Well, like all events, this had a bunch of quality people here. They're looking for solutions. And the biggest takeaway for me is that adding value to someone's company is what people are looking for, and that's what we need to deliver. So making sure that I, as a partner to them, am delivering that value and problem solving. So it was a great retreat. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, the roundtable was awesome. We got to learn a little bit about everybody and what their needs were, and a lot of folks had similar struggles and challenges. So very, very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Well,
Steve.
thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again soon, I'm sure.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining Shop Talk 360. Real conversations in the commercial design, construction, and facilities industry. You can reach out to us at grace@gracedaily.com.